Hello. Yes, I know it has been a while, but yeah, it's about time I came back. And today we're going to be talking about a form of photography that I think we all should give a lot more respect to, and that is phone photography. So yes, it's been a while. I've taken a very long break, a much needed break, but I'm back, and I wanted to talk about phone photography. And for the past 12 months, it has been my saving grace. It has kept me in the photography game during a time where I needed a break from photography. And this camera, this 2018 iPhone 8 phone has kept me in the photography game. It saved my photography, I'd say. So when it comes to getting the best quality images with your phone, I highly recommend using an app that allows you to shoot manually. In my case here, I'm using the Moment app. It's free, pretty easy to use. You can use whatever app that allows you to shoot manually. The only thing I'm really thinking about is preserving the highlights. So as you can see here, I've increased the shutter speed to like 1/50,000th of a second because it was a pretty bright day today, as you can see, and what I'm doing is just trying to protect the highlights because the dynamic range is pretty crap on the iPhone, and honestly I don't really care about everything falling out. I don't care about the shadows just sort of being crushed a bit, and it sort of ends up looking a lot nicer anyway. Perfect. It looks good. So the interesting thing about these 12 months of iPhone photos is that I never actually set out to go and take them. They were just photos that appeared to me wherever I was, and it was like they were just spontaneous. I didn't plan like a photo walk for them. They were just photos that appeared wherever I was, and for me that was really just quite nice, knowing that I didn't have to burden myself with a camera, that the phone that I had on me was more than capable of documenting the scene in front of me, the beauty in front of me, in more than enough with more than enough adequate quality. And so having that in mind was really reassuring, knowing that even though I was taking this break from photography, I could still, keep myself in the game somewhat, because no matter what, I would still have a good enough tool on me to, capture the moment in, all its glory. And no, this doesn't mean that I never used my mirrorless cameras or my film cameras in the past 12 months. It's just that I haven't been doing it at the same rate that I usually do. I literally touched my proper cameras maybe a handful of times just for special occasions. So maybe less than 10 times all of last year, which is kind of worrying. But at the same time, it was nice knowing that I was still taking photos during that time. I don't know if I've got anything there. I just kind of snapped blindly hoping I got something. I don't know what I got. Hopefully it's good. I have no idea because I can barely see the phone screen because it's so bright. But yeah, hopefully it works out. The thing I've learned about iPhone photography, smartphone photography, is that image quality really isn't that important. You know, when you get past a certain level of experience, I think you start caring less about, you know, pixels and resolution features, unless you're doing it for like, you know, for professional reasons. But in terms of personal use, you really do start to care less about it. And it's all about convenience. It's all about getting the shot. It's about getting out there. It's about getting into the rhythm of taking photos. And for me, I lost that rhythm, and iPhone photography helped me get back into it. And these past months were an easy progression back into taking photos regularly, because it freed me from that idea that I had to have my camera on me all the time. It taught me that I don't need the best of the best on me all the time. What I need and what I cared most about is good light, good composition, and good subjects. And then so long as I had that, I knew I was gonna get a really nice shot, no matter what. And this is just a confirmation, something that I've sort of believed for a while now, is that we say that we want the newest, the best, and the greatest, but really we don't actually want that. At least for most of us, you know, me at least, I don't need the best of the best. Of course I would love it, but I don't need the best of the best. I need my tools to work 85% of the best, you know, and then past that, it's just surplus. It doesn't, you know, it's nice to have, but I can do with that. It's sort of that feeling. You know, have you ever been to like a fancy restaurant, you know, where everything's like Wagyu and caviar? I mean, okay, not that I've been to that many, but you know, fancy food, it's great, but it's not that satisfying. And I feel the best of the best cameras are kind of like that. Sometimes the best cameras, you know, they don't give you that feeling, they don't give you that satisfaction, because you spend so much on it, but it doesn't give you that sense of achievement, that, you know, that fuzzy feeling. Not always, or it might do initially. Whereas with me, with these 12 months, looking at some of the photos that I took, I feel so proud and I feel so accomplished that I took that photo with a phone.
Okay. We are rolling.
Yeah?
We're rolling.
Let me move my stuff.
Yeah.
You got a... Oh look, I forget it has a recording light in the front.
Yeah, tally light. You make fun of it.
Huh?
You make fun of the tally light.
I do.
I don't know why. It's fucking useful. Scooch to the right a bit.
How dare you?
Oh, it's a bit wet though.
A little bit. Oh, you got beige trousers on. Before, I was all for, nope, it's not real. Like photography, the photo quality is not good. It's never compared to a camera.
Yeah.
And then the more and more you shoot, and also the more and more they get better, you see your mindset kind of shifts, right?
Yeah.
So currently I'm thinking like, do you know what? Is it the photographer behind the camera that makes the difference? Because I have a friend who does like photography and he fooled me. he took a photo, I thought it was his Leica. And he goes, oh no, I shot my iPhone. I was like, God damn it.
I used to be resentful of people who used to talk up phone photography, because especially like when it was like 4 or 5 years ago, when with every upgrade with the iPhone, the only thing that was the upgrade was the camera,
right?
And it used to really annoy me because they would make such a big song and dance about the camera. And the only people who would care about the camera would be professional people, and professional people would never use their iPhone. They would just use their normal camera. That was my mindset.
To be honest with you, it's kind of similar, because like what influenced me to go from Android to iPhone was the video features on the iPhone. But I think that's part of me as well. I think I was scared in a way that it would take over the medium. So that's why I think I was forcefully resentful towards it, because I didn't want it to be as good as it is. It will never be as great until the sensors get bigger.
Yeah.
And for the way phones are now, unless they like replace the whole back, like with the Xiaomi.
Yeah.
They've made that like that 1-inch sensor.
The 1-inch sensor, like 150 megapixels.
With a Leica mount on the back, it's incredible.
Leica lens, yeah. Even though it's not the best quality, like I know it's not the best quality, I'm just so happy that I'm so relieved that I still have a documentation of it.
No, 100%. And to be fair, like when it comes to like, I think photo quality nowadays has become less important than it used to be.
Yeah.
only because, like, obviously we think about.
For me at least, like phone quality, image quality is not as important as I once was.
Exactly, because like you look at some photos, especially I think it's the emergence of film photography that you can take a out of focus photo with film photography and still appreciate how great it is. And I kind of slowly started going onto digital as well, where as long as you, it always goes back to the old trope, right? As long as your photo tells an engaging story, and when someone looks at it, they can get something from it.
They feel something from it, yeah.
That's a photo.
If it does what you want it to do, at least 80% of the way, then I think it's good enough for most scenarios. Obviously, you're not going to use this for like a professional thing, but like for me, like the other day, I was just out and about in Broadway Market, and for me, just getting the right light, just having the right light, having the right subject. There was, it's a market, busy market, loads of people, and the light was, not amazing, but it was good enough. And for me, just seeing the liveliness of this, the hustle and bustle of a market, for me that was good enough. And to have been able to capture it was so good, because had I not had it, then I would have missed out, and I would have had that feeling of, oh God, I didn't have my camera on me. It's been a huge shift in my attitude and mentality towards what I used to sort of turn my nose at, really.
We all suffer from the snobbiness of real photography, right?
It humbles you. It humbles you.
Let's be honest. Let's strip away the titles. It's just photography, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what medium you shoot it with. At the end of the day, as long as you get the story, as long as you get the photo that you want, that's all that matters.
You can't ignore them, basically. When you compare them with like the 1-inch sensor Sonys and Canons,
RX100s and all those things,
Like you have to have them in the same conversation.
Yeah.
Because of course the picture quality is not as good, but because it's so user friendly and it's so convenient that they compete.
And unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it, these phones are producing great image quality that could stand up to cameras.
Yeah, and it's so cliche, it's so boring, but like the smartphone, when I'm shooting with it, all I'm thinking about, I'm really thinking, because obviously you don't have like the best image quality, the best dynamic range to fall back on. You really have to think about composition, and you really have to think about lighting, and then you put it in manual mode, and like the results that you can get from it. I've even shot this at night. I've got some shots I've taken at night, and they still look really good because I've just metered for the scene properly. And it's like,
damn. God damn it.
All right, time to sell all our cameras and
switch over to phones only.